Hello folks, Sam Owens here, and this is going to be a detailed installation of the Magic Lantern, well, that's the app. This is the 6-piece Underglow LED kit, and you get a remote control. You can operate this from an app, and it gives you a wonderful controlled color light display racing around. We're going to install it on my 2020 Mini Cooper. Now, it has a controller that has the connecting leads and leads that go to the different strips that go down either side, but it's already positioned in the car because I had to see if I could route the leads from the engine compartment to underneath. It was a challenge, and I found an opening and I did it. So we'll see the controller when we get to the car. But I wanted to point out, you get 6 of these LED strips, enough to go all the way around the perimeter of the car. Right here, this is going to be the front side, one side, and it has a strip here that's going to go on the spoiler, and then you've got enough cable. Now it's connected so that we can test it out. There's enough cable that you can go around the wheel well, and this longer one is going to go along the rocker panel on the door side of one side. This be the right side, and then around the back spoiler underneath you'll have this, and there's no other connections. Same way with the left side, you'll do this will be around the back rocker panel, and this will be the front, and these 2 leads will connect into the controller leads that I've routed from the engine compartment, you'll see, down to underneath. And then I've got enough wire here that I can do it all. Then the big challenge is hiding all of this wire, but they give you some tie wraps and some of these little saddle clamps right here if you need. Now this is mainly for the LED strips in case this 3M adhesive does not stick all the way and you have some places maybe that didn't stick. You have these and screws that you can connect that ever so often. I'm hoping that if I clean it with alcohol and rags, clean it real good, all of the areas, so go around the whole perimeter where you plan to stick the strips, and make sure they're really super clean, and let them dry, and then go through sticking all of this in place. I want to bring this close to the center and cover all of these areas. I don't want to go all the way to the end and have it being seen. And plus I might use this to anchor that right there with a grommet, or not a grommet, but a little clamp. Alright, so I'm ready to stick it. So what I'm going to do is peel this off, and I've got my point right about there. So, and when you put these on, it's on there. So this is a very strong glue, so make sure you get the correct end. Yes, I had it correct. This is the center, and this goes into the controller, which is a female. So, and this will go on to the other one, which will have a female and connect on. So you got to get this right. You start from the controller, and again, the controller has a female, and we need the male end here. So now I got it right. I had it right. Now I'm just going to pull off a little bit and just kind of guide it along as I go, okay? So I'm going to put it right there and just kind of work it. Whoop. Okay. Let me see. I got to push it. Now if it zigs and zags, it's not going to make that much difference because you're not going to see anything but light. You're not going to actually see this. So Don't worry about it if it gets a little out of line. Just try to put it in the place where you need it, and right there, and push. That's what you got to do with this. And I'm getting down here, and I'm only going to show this one because I think this will give you the idea. But a little bit of planning will go a long way, so look it over good. And you could even put a couple of those little cleats on here to really hold it in place. Now go back and push and seal it up, because it's got to bond yet. If you don't push, it's not going to bond. Okay, now notice I have a piece of tape which is the center, so the other one is going to come over at this point and go around, and now these will go back, and there's the cables at the other end. Got to pull them over, and they should match. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to go and do the rest of them, and then we're going to give this a test, but that's how you do it. Okay, we're going to do a test. I do have the front LED strips in, left and right on the front spoiler. And now this is a controller. These are the leads that go to the left and right lines of 3 LED. Here are the control leads, the controller leads. And there's a lot of leads for brake lights, turn signals, reverse, backup. And also power. Right now we're only worried about power. Now there is an orange lead and a red lead. They look very similar, so make sure you get red and black. If you're going to just use the app, you don't need all of these other leads, and you can fully control the light display, which I think is more important than the turn signals and all of that. And you got extra work to hook those up. We can go to the engine compartment because your battery source is right there, and for the test I'll permanently connect these later, but I'm going to go red on this, and here's my battery, and this is just to test it out and show you. Now you don't want this to short out against anything, so be careful there. And then I have a black lead. Here's my little black alligator clip, and I'm going to clip it on the black. That keeps it straight. Now black is going to be ground, and right here is the main ground terminal that's connected to the battery for jump starting. And here is the battery positive terminal for jump starting. Now, as soon as I touch these, the controller is going to send the current and voltage to all of the light strips. And then I'm going to let you see them. Okay. Right there. And they're on. Okay. So, it's daytime, so let me take the camera loose and we can see it. Now, I've only installed the front right now, and you can see the glow, and I've connected, let me just get it under here, and you can see them under there. And then these will be the same way, but this is a test to be sure that everything is working with the 3M tape and complete the job. And then we'll go into the app later. Okay, this is still part of a test. I thought I would go ahead and test the controller for the turn signal. Now this will be the left side here, and all I got to do is take a jumper, hook it to positive, and touch the left turn signal wire, and I'm putting it on positive. And right here on this is, you'll see left is the green, right here. So I just touch the green and see it blink. So you could connect this wire to the left turn signal at the rear of the vehicle, and if you want the right, we'd have to be over at the right to see it. But also you can do the stoplight, which I believe is white. See, it changes color, stoplight does. So when you put the brakes on, this is what's going to happen with the white lead connected to brake. It just sits there and gets brighter. Okay? You can just hook it up to power and use the app, and everything is going to work perfectly. It's the easiest installation you can do. Okay, and then this controller can be secured. It's got some tabs there. You can screw it down, mount it there so it's not going to move around, and then permanently wire these in, which I'll do. Folks, I have to show you this because the front is a little more difficult than the rear, in that you have the suspension in here that you have to deal with. So look how I took and I put little clamps, and I used some of the stuff and put a clamp, and then I wrap it around with a tie wrap, put a clamp there and a clamp there, and pull it tight so that it's not going to rub. You don't want it rubbing on anything that moves. And here's my connection for the two. So you're gonna have to do a little work and a little planning. Your car may be different, and so figure out the best way to do these. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to show you what it looks like installed. You can see I picked up underneath here. You don't want to get in the way of these and screws, so this is the best place to mount that. And then going on around, this is the driver's side, and I bring it around, and you see I use little clamps, and there's a little way of tightening things up with a little zip tie, and go on around and go under there. And then on the back was a little difficult because right here we got the exhaust pipe, and you don't want to get it close to the exhaust, so I had to work a little bit there. And then you can see how I had to do that center portion. I had to put a strip of wood in there to give it something to stick to, but the light effect is still great, and so you have to do a little engineering. So you have to use some clamps there, and then I brought the wires. There's my little connecting wires to the controller. I found a way to get them into the engine compartment, and so these are things that your individual vehicle will have to be looked at as to how to do it. And you can tuck the wires in, and there you go. Okay, the app is really easy to work with, very simple. And you download it by scanning that with your QR reader, and then once you download the app, this is what it looks like on your phone. Let's see, there it is, Magic Lantern. Pull it on. Okay, now when you want all the lights off, you can turn it off right here. It's off right now, and I'm gonna turn the lights down, and we're in the garage with all the lights off. I want you to see the display and some of the features of the app. Okay, there's my 2020 Mini Cooper Countryman, and no lights are on it. I'm going to turn the garage lights out, and I do have a remote control that I can use, but I'm going to use the app from my phone right here. You should be able to see this. I turn this on, and right away it goes into whatever program I had last. It will light up. Now, if you want to go down here to the style, click the style button, and that's on color energy, color jump. And you can go on down and just grab something, this one. And you can also do, when you want to go back to adjust colors, you can get the color changes to red, and these are presets. So you can quickly change the color that you want. And then you can hit music. I'm going to hit music, Be the Boss. Let's try that. Okay. And we have the microphone right here if you want to talk. Now when I talk, you see it's going to modulate, and it does it with the colors that you set. So you got to preset the colors, and that's the display you get. And let me go back to this and style. And there's some up here. You got basic, then curtain, green clothes. It's kind of oscillating a little bit. Blue clothes. I don't know if I like. There we go. You can get some colors going. So you could sit here for hours and go through all of these and find the ones you like and make a note of them, and then you can actually get some good sequences. Just a lot of stuff on here, and it has a schedule of time, but I'll let you work with that. Okay, you do have the remote control, and it does the same thing. You've got a lot of settings. You can turn it off with the remote. So you can sit in the compartment, turn it on, and then run through changing some of these colors. And let's see, auto. Let's see what auto does. Yep, there's a chart that will tell you all about this and to give you the information you need to operate this. So there you have it. You got a app, and you got a remote control that you could be in a restaurant, and before you get out to the car, you can have that thing dancing to a nice color scheme, and that would be very impressive. Or you got your app here to work with, and I can turn it off. Whoop. Something else there I got. Right there, that's off. Okay. All right, well, I want to thank you very much for watching my video.